everybody, I'm Nick, and welcome to the final part of VHS Plays Super Metroid. So last time we rounded up getting all of the collectibles, and now we're actually tackling the final boss. And the first thing I have to admit is I actually had to re-record this tape because the previous tape that I tried to record the finale on, apparently, one, wasn't blank, and second, didn't actually, take the tape all that well. It was very glitchy for whatever reason. It just straight up unusable. So, unfortunately, because of that, I'm not able to actually capture the statues all sinking to the bottom here, opening the way to Turian. Believe me, I'm not happy about it at all, but at the very least, I made the correct decision in where to save, so that I could actually, at least reset the journey towards Turian. I didn't actually go very far, at least, so yeah. Let's go ahead and look at all of them here, all sunken to the bottom, all gray. All their eyes had broken out, and then spears would be going out of them. And now, actually, for the main event of Turian. They made this made this place a very unsettling soundtrack piece. Very atmospheric, I will say, with all the bubbling. Like, there is a science experiment going very wrong here. And I will say this now. This is the save point you want to use if you need to go backtrack. Because there is one more save point in this area that I will not recommend you use. But yeah, it's Turian. There are Metroids here. You take them you take them down with either 5 regular missiles, 1 super missile, or as I'll show off in a little bit here, 3 power bombs. Yeah, and you don't need to freeze them to power bomb them to death. Which is very handy if they latch onto you, which is very panic-inducing. I will say this much. But take advantage of beams going through everything to be able to freeze them. But yeah, if you try to shoot them otherwise, it does nothing. So I'm going to show off the 3 power bomb method of actually disposing of a Metroid. Doesn't give you all the pickups though, which is kind of disappointing. And thinking about it, going through this passage, there really isn't that many Metroids to actually take out. They're placed pretty fairly, in all honesty. It's not like maybe there's like 1 or 2 that'll jump scare you, but they're at this point in the game, they should not be that hard to handle. And yeah, there's some of the soundtrack also has squelch noises, which is wacky. Anyway, starting with this door here, actually it isn't this door, but like going through the next door, this one here, this is a point of no return. Once you go through here, you're not coming out of this place. And there's a save point in here. But yeah, it's very mysterious. Everything's turned to sand for whatever reason. It's very unsettling, to say the least. Like we're actually getting our alien inspiration here, huh? For the horror part. Yeah, all the creatures are all lifeless. It's another one of those enemies that we could not kill at all. Hey, look! The baby Metroid has seemed to have grown significantly bigger since we last seen it. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, and it doesn't exactly recognize Samus at the moment, so she's giving us the good suck, as Metroids tend to do. But if you're thinking we're gonna die here, it remembers at the very last minute. So yeah, we're allowed to get up and keep moving. It's like, yeah, it remembered who we are, and it let us go. And don't worry, the game designers aren't cruel. You don't have to go through this section with 1 health, and there's no refills of anything. We're just gonna knock out that missile door now, because there's a recharge station for normal missiles, and most importantly, your energy. Yeah, they really don't want you going through this place with just 1 energy. That's a bad idea. Even if you have all the reserve tanks, that's still, like, what, 4 sub-tanks it fills up? Not a great idea. And yeah, it's this save point. Don't use this, please. If you don't have 100%, you're going to bite yourself, and you're basically locked in for the ending. So just don't do it. Just go out, knock out the missile door, and let's make that final charge towards Mother Brain. And just like in the NES game, she's guarded by these barriers that take missiles to take out. Nothing else will work. Yeah, you've got several of them to work through, and you have to dodge all the donuts and the shots here. Sheesh, I didn't bring them up till now, because this is when they're the most annoying. These were here in the original Metroid as well. I hated it there, too. Speaking of callbacks to the first Metroid, it's a Mother Brain in the tank. Almost like that she was rebuilt. But, you know, things aren't going to be quite as they seem here, and I'm going to apologize a bunch for the flashing lights here. This was just the style at the time for games. Welcome to the final boss, Mother Brain. She ain't happy. Unload your entire inventory. Just do it. I am unsure if you can fire super missiles faster than this, but it's just like, I'm just gonna deal with it. She primarily has several attacks. That straight firing laser, the circle lasers, she'll drop a bomb on you, and she has 1 more attack that she can use on you that she'll probably throw out here in a little bit. And that particular one, when she'll throw it out here in a moment, this punch, it does the most amount of damage out of her arsenal. That's 1 full sub-tank of damage with all of your armor upgrades. And when all of your super missiles run out, you can use your regular missiles. You can also fully charge your beam to damage her as well. But this is just the mashiest way of doing it. And now we've pretty much... yeah, it's story time. We are going to get walloped. It destroys our entire inventory. But we're not down just yet. We can still charge those beams and shoot her face in. But this laser is kind of whooping our ass, and that's a problem. And now at this point, we can barely get up. We're in story time, folks, so just take a seat for a moment. Struggle to get up as we get, like, all the hazards shot our way. And just as the Mother Brain is trying to charge up for the kill, the Super Metroid comes in and gives her the good suck. Yeah, she didn't like that very well, did she? Baby Metroid coming in for the save, fueling up all our tanks. Unfortunately, the suck wasn't good enough, so she's standing back up. She's not happy. And she's just gonna keep firing on the Baby Metroid as it keeps refueling us. Luckily, no matter what, you will be fully healed, but it comes at a cost. The cost of the Baby Metroid's life. And it's with this life, Samus is granted the Hyper Beam, replacing all other beams you will have acquired. You just mash this thing into Mother Brain. There's really no other thing to do. Just shoot that beam until she's eliminated for good. It's at this point, it's pretty much a victory march. Like, you've got this in the bag. And it's that sacrifice of the baby Metroid that's going to be a pivotal plot point for the rest of the series. So, goodbye forever, Mother Brain. Rip and piss. And this time, for real, the Mother Brain dissolves. Unfortunately, it's time for the Metroid routine of, the bomb has gone off. Hyper beam your way past every obstacle. There is no time to waste. Get that speed booster moving, because you can shine spark up this way as a shortcut. And I hate this section. There's just a lot of climbing around. Space pirates are annoying. This room is just huge, and I hate it. Because you have a big fall here, and then the acid rises up. It can catch you if you're bad like me. And then another thing that's also bad like me is I get the shine spark, but I fail the jump, and honestly, I don't really know where to use that. That's actually like my first time getting the shine spark charge, but if you know anything about Super Metroid, especially with speedrunning, we're gonna go save the animals. This is something I was thinking of doing ever since I started this run. It's like, it has to be 100%, and we have to save the animals, and you do that by shooting the wall here. Once the door is flashing, you can leave, but I tell that thing to go, 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 go! Speaking of go, 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 let's get ourselves out of here, shall we? I think it's time for Samus to get a planet kill. Not of her own will, but because the enemy chose to blow it up. Hey, that's not my problem. And in terms of game development, this is the first time that Samus blows up, that has to deal with a planet blowing up. Because we only had 3 Metroid games at this point. And by saving the animals, once we cue Samus's gunship escaping, that little pixel there, that represents that you have saved the animals. The operation was completed successfully. And my time is bad, but I could probably do better. But yeah, this was a fun little project to do. It was a fun way to come back to Super Metroid. And I only recently started 100%ing this game. Usually I'm just like, where is everything? Until I figured out where the stupid power-ups were. Then everything clicks into place. Especially like, oh, hey, you know, in the main shaft going down when you're gonna go start getting your missiles? Yeah, there's a Shine Spark puzzle in there. Have fun! But I'll take these Shine Spark puzzles over what they decide to do later with Metroid Zero Mission, especially that game. Dreads were nowhere near as bad. To which I'll say, oh, thank goodness that the Metroid Dread Shine Sparks were nowhere as BS as Zero Missions. Good gravy. Some of those I haven't even done myself yet. I probably went over that when I did the Zero Mission Let's Play. Because I can tell you for sure I did not 100% that game. But this has been Super Metroid. I appreciate this game way more now than I used to back in the day. I will say that much for sure. That feeling hasn't really changed all that much here. This was just, it's fun to play through this game again. It's not like it really takes that long. And speaking of recent Metroid acquisitions, I recently got Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS, so I'll probably play that myself casually at some point. just to inject all of the Metroid into my consciousness. But anyway, as for what's coming up next, well, I'm going to try my best and keep that as a surprise. I will say it'll be a single video, though, so... Now it's time for the ending. I get the second of the 3 endings. Not the best one, but also not the worst one. You get the worst one by being more than 10, like, it was like 7 or 10 hours or something. But you get the fully undressed Samus if you do this in less than 3 hours with 100% completion. But I'll just take this and let's show off that item completion rate. My rate for collecting items is 100%. Thank you very much for watching this series. I've been Nick, and I will see you guys next time.